Everybody, it's Renee. Thank you so much for visiting my channel and watching this video. Today I wanted to talk to you about the general life tips to make zero waste a little bit easier. These are all things that I was thinking back and thinking about the things that I did to help me along my journey, and things that I thought about, that I realized as I was going along, that made things a little tiny bit easier on this eco-friendly journey. So, number one is to just use up the stuff that you've already got in your house. Like I've said before, a lot of us have unintentional hoards of specific items in our houses that we don't really even realize are there. For Adam and I, it was spiral bound notebooks. So guess what? I'm using them. But yeah, you don't need fancy gadgets to start off with to go zero waste. And for example, if you have pasta sauce or olives or anything that really comes in glass, you can clean the glass out after you're finished with whatever you're eating, and you can use that for food storage or drinking glasses or really whatever you want. My mom-in-law, you can actually use Classico jars, like the pasta sauce jars. Those are actually Atlas jars. And my mom-in-law actually managed to make applesauce and can the applesauce in the Atlas jars from the Classico pasta sauce that she bought, which is awesome. The lids are the same size as regular ball jars, and upcycling things is great. So if you have an old shirt or something that you can use, something that you don't wear anymore and is kind of ratty, you can use those cut them up and make handkerchiefs or cleaning rags, or even I've seen tutorials to make grocery bags out of them. Well, yeah, use what you already got. Number two is, if you already have gently used stuff in your house that you no longer use, find a charity to donate it to. For me, personally, over the last year or so, I've been trying to get rid of a lot of the clothing that I had that I no longer wore for various reasons. It just didn't fit right, or it just didn't look very nice on me. So I got rid of a lot of it. I had 8 trash bags of clothes that I got rid of, which is just insane. But if you have a friend that is about your size and you have clothing that you don't wear anymore, ask if they want to go through your donate pile. You can also put stuff on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or ThreadUp, which is an awesome service, if you want to get some money back for your clothing, for your items. On the flip side of that, don't be afraid of taking hand-me-downs. The more we participate in the secondhand economy, the less things will end up in the landfill. But if you have less stuff, it makes it a lot easier to take care of the things that you do have. I've definitely noticed that. I've pared all of my clothing down to one dresser full. That's all the clothing I have. That I don't really want any more clothing. Unless I change sizes drastically, which I don't think I'm gonna do. I just don't need that much clothing. I have like a set of like 7 shirts that I wear on a regular basis. And they're all pretty good construction. So I don't really need anything else. So, this next one is a little bit different than most people would associate with zero waste. Number 3 is buy more houseplants if you can. So there are some houseplants that are not that great for cats or dogs. Peace lilies, philodendrons, those are some of the ones that I can think of offhand. But there's also a lot of plants that cats or dogs don't really bother with. Cacti, for one thing. So NASA did a study a few years ago on the effects of houseplants on toxin levels and oxygen levels in the home, and the results were kind of astounding. The most effective plants that they tested reduced the toxin load by like 90%, which is insane. And obviously more oxygen is really good for life at home. So since we bought this place, we've started accumulating houseplants just simply because of that, and because they're pretty. And you know that little that kind of musty smell that sometimes happens in homes in the middle of winter when you haven't gotten a lot of air circulation? We haven't gotten that, and we've been closed up for the last month. And I think it's just because of the plants. But I'm gonna post a list of the most effective plants for that in the description box below, so you can see what you want, discern what you want. And most of the plants can actually be found at common garden centers, so you can see what you have available and put them in your house if you want to. And most of them are really easy to take care of. Excuse my rooster. Number 4 is learn how to do old skills. Sewing, repairing clothing, cooking from scratch, canning, learning how to use push mowers if you can, if you have a lawn. Those make a huge difference in both your bottom line and your carbon footprint. It is a lot less wasteful to learn how to repair clothing or household items than it is to throw it away and get new things. So, I have a story about this. Of course I have a story about this. So, my sophomore year of high school, I went on a spring break trip with my parents to Savannah, Georgia. We had a great time. While we were there, we realized that this famous jazz band was going to be playing at a theater while we were there, which is great. So we decided to go. So we went, we had a great time, it was a wonderful music, and I got a shirt, a wonderful long sleeve black shirt with Preservation Hall on it, their logo, and it is so comfortable, so comfortable. So about a year ago, I realized, oh wait, there's like a rip on the armpit. So I set it aside for a couple weeks till I figured out what to do with it. And I realized the rip wasn't that horrible. It was just the stitching had come undone. So I restitched it, and it's back good as new. So this way, I don't have to throw it out. Not that I would really throw it out. I would think it would just take up room in my dresser drawer. But this way, I don't have to throw it out. It's not wasting space, and I can wear it again. So, yeah, learning how to repair clothing can be quite easy if it goes like that. You can also find YouTube tutorials on how to do interesting things with repair jobs on jeans or jackets or whatever has a rip on it, so that you don't have to throw things away quite so readily. So number 5, and like as part of learning old skills, learn how to meal plan. So I don't know about you, but I've only really known how to really meal plan. I've tried so many times over the last 9 years. It has been ridiculous. But if you have a plan for meals, and I've only just now gotten okay at it, but if you have a plan for meals for a set amount of time, I go 1 to 2 weeks at a time. You're less likely to impulse shop and spend money on things that you shouldn't. Another thing is, after you make your meal plan, go grocery shopping with a list. And I'm going to make a video next week about how I meal plan and what I do with that. So number 6, you don't need the newest tech gadget. Around this time of the year, we get bombarded with advertisements for new tech being rolled out on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You have my complete permission to disregard all of those. You can find refurbished computers, cell phones, TVs, cameras, tablets. You can use a used car if everything is working on it, and all those things work just fine. We already have a bunch of tech on this planet already, and oftentimes it makes more sense to buy refurbished than it ends up, because it ends up being a lot cheaper, and it also ends up keeping a lot of those energy-intensive parts out of the pollution, out of the ecosystem, excuse me, which aren't that great to begin with, like for the environment. So I know that a lot of the new tech gadgets are nice and shiny looking, but if you can get by with refurbished stuff, I would just go with that. Personally, my phone is used. It's a Moto E4 currently. I've had it for about a year. I got it used off of Amazon. And my computer is one of those old IBM ThinkPads with the metal body, but that thing is solid. It's that's what I wanted. It runs Windows 7, but it's also easy to replace all the components. Easy and cheap. The e-waste that goes to the recycling centers mostly doesn't get processed correctly, so most of it ends up just adding to the pollution of the planet. There's a lot of energy intensive things, components in those electronic wastes that we just need to be more aware of. So number 7, big life changes like going zero waste don't have to happen overnight. Start small. It is okay to start small. Start one habit at a time, including bringing your reusable water bottle. If that's difficult for you, start with that one. Bringing a reusable coffee cup. Again, start small. One small thing at a time. One habit at a time. Once those habits become second nature, you can move on to something else. Be patient with yourself, because you can definitely do this and make a difference. It's just not gonna happen overnight. And oftentimes it's better if it doesn't happen overnight. Again, if things happen overnight, you're more likely, and you try to change your entire life in like a 2-week span, that's just gonna lead to burnout, and that's not good. So, but you will stumble, because it's life. This is reality. But it is just also important to just get up and try again. Because you can do this. I totally believe that all of my subscribers, all of those people listening to this video right now, you can do it. You can go plastic free. You can do this. I have 100% faith in you. Put your mind to it. You can do it. But yeah, that is all I have to say today. I really hope you're doing great, and I love you guys so very much. Sending all of the hugs to all of you. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later.